Welcome to the JUSTPADRIDE snowboard channel. I'm Lars Horstman and I am basically frothing out of all pores today. I'm absolutely chomping at the bit. Mats Droge, shaper and founder of Stranda Snowboards, finished his US trip where he was testing boards and visiting shops, testing prototypes for the most part. He was gone for probably about 4 weeks, I assume. And he finished the trip and he sent me the boards that he tested for me to get an idea of what's going on next year. And here is the Bowlrider 2026. This length is actually already available online. That's the 165 wide. Look at this top sheet. Isn't that gorgeous? Maple top sheet. Absolutely awesome. Green sidewalls. I love this thing. What's new with the Bowlrider? So the biggest thing for me that is new is it's a new size. There's finally a wide. The Bowlrider and the Tree Surfer were never really part of my quiver, and some people have wondered why, and that is simply due to the lack of waist width. And this has been addressed, and that is amazing. The Bigfoot guys are now allowed to ride Tree Surfers and Bowlriders. 162 wide Tree Surfer, 270 waist, and 165 Bowlrider, also 270 waist. And that means I have an even harder time now every morning deciding which board to ride, because there's 2 more. So that's a sizing thing. There will still be a 59 and the standard 65 with a 260 waist width on both of them. And then this new size here, 165 wide, as I said, is a 270 millimeter waist. Now, the actual changes and how that board is going to ride are basically the camber profile is a little bit higher. So there's a bit more camber than on the old one. And the board is overall a little bit stiffer. Part of that comes from the addition of a maple top sheet over bamboo top sheet. So basically what you'll get is a board that is, so the Tree Surfer and the Bowlrider were always very close together in the Stranda line. And for some people that was difficult to figure out what they want, who they are. So the new Bowlrider is basically another step away from the Tree Surfer towards Groomers and corduroy. And that is due to the higher camber and the increase in stiffness. It also gets a base with a base structure, and it is an Electra Graphite Sintered race base. So it's the highest end base in the Stranda line. So technically what you're getting with the new Bowlrider is like a premium version of the old one that is a little bit more catered towards resort groomer riding. Obviously with that nose you can still hit powder and it's going to do really well. But if you're between Tree Surfer and Bowlrider in the future, that's a reasonably easy decision to make now. So that's Bowlrider 2.0 and that is awesome. I can't wait to ride it. I've only ever ridden the 5.9 and the 65 in the standard waist. And of course that wasn't enough for me. So I didn't really have all the fun I could have had with a wider waist. And yeah, that's going to change from tomorrow onwards. This thing has been ridden by Mats and it needs a bit of love on the edges and a bit of a wax. And hopefully I'll get out in a few days on this thing. So then I was also sent something that makes me like super excited. There's a new board in the line which will come to you in a very highly limited edition next year. And limited edition, I believe, means 15. This is the last word I heard. So keep your eyes peeled if you're in for this treat. It's going to be 15 worldwide. Here it comes. The big wide open Pow Fields powder surfboard. The mighty Superglider 181. What can you say? Isn't that just gorgeous? I cannot wait to get out on this thing. All right, what's with the Superglider? Superglider is a very, very cool shape. You could say it's a mega mackerel in a way, but then also it's not. Obviously, it borrows the pointy, long drawn out nose, but the camber profile is vastly different. So this whole front section is just maximum uplift and glide, hence Superglider. I am totally frothing over this thing. I cannot wait to get on this. I love these shapes. I just love this kind of retro look. I totally love that Mats went with a pintail over a swallowtail. I think that's very unique. I'll find out what that does for the ride. The side cut radius, I think, is very interesting. So it's a pretty radical, progressive side cut that really tightens up towards the tail. On a board of that size, that's probably quite nice to actually feel like you can whip it around off the back foot. So yeah, I'm totally into that. I love that kind of thing, in particular on a powerboard. That progressive side cut feels quite nice, very surfy. I don't know much about the construction. Mats has not given me the full lowdown on this thing. I believe that we are looking at bamboo stringers here. If that is the same as in the macro, that's where Mats first did that, the bamboo stringers. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out when we know more. Super cool little graphic here. The little surf dude. I believe it's the same Electra Graphite Sintered race base as on the high-end Bowlrider, but I might be lying. We will find out. So yeah, this thing also needs a tune-up, and I will dive into this right now. And the last few days here, winter has turned into summer. We had 16 degrees in the valley, and then of course it turned on us again, and it started snowing. Right now it stopped, and also raining. So we have this total mixed bag on the hill of spring slush that refroze, that now got snowed on with really heavy wet snow. So I don't know that any snowboard will bring me ultimate joy tomorrow when I ride, but I'm pretty certain that I won't be able to stop myself from taking either one of these to the hill. We'll see what happens. Let's tune these puppies right now and get them ready for the next possible pow day. By the way, I am filming this entire video here with an Insta360 Ace Pro 2. And that is an amazing addition to my camera quiver that I'm really stoked on, in particular for these little indoor tutorials. There's a lot of benefits to this camera. Basically, the X4 that I'm using on the hill quite a lot has a very small sensor, and it's not very good in low light indoor conditions. The Ace Pro 2 that I'm recording this with here is addressing this issue. The sensor is way better, the low light capabilities are way better. I'm currently shooting this video here in 4K, 30 frames per second in HDR. So I personally think the image is excellent, and that was not possible with the X4. Another advantage over doing this with my phone is the wide angle settings that I get with the Ace Pro 2. There is a setting in here that is called linear, which is particularly good for vlogging. People indoors, in rooms, in front of the screen. Things are way less distorted, so that is amazing. Another thing that I get out of this whole thing is the flip screen is super handy, because on my iPhone I couldn't really see whether I'm capturing the things that I want to show. So now I flip the screen and I can easily just capture my whole thing here and control while I'm working on a board whether you can actually see what I'm doing. That's huge. Otherwise, what gets me pretty stoked is the audio quality. So having to faff around with external mics for these quick tutorials is always a bit of a hassle. Quite often an idea comes to me very spontaneously as I tune a board, because something happens in the tune and I'm like, whoa, crazy, I need to show this, I need to share this with you. And then having to run inside my house, grab microphones, set it all up. It's a bit of a pain. So this thing, really, the internal mic captures everything insanely well. I'm currently just talking straight into it. There is a voice enhancement feature in the settings, which really gives you super solid audio. And all I need to do is start this camera, pick the right settings, my linear mode and 4K 30 frames per second. And then I just pop it on a little tripod. I'm using the invisible selfie stick of the X4, which is screwed onto a tripod. Those are all Insta360 accessories that are very well built and insanely small and packable. And having this kicking around here in my shop, and on the odd occasion, just popping the camera right onto my bench, being able to film this without external mics in excellent image and audio quality will likely get you guys even more good tutorial footage about board maintenance. If you want a camera like the Ace Pro, my code is in the video description. Go to town, whatever you need, they got you covered. And we are gonna crack on with our board tune because I cannot wait to get out on this rocket ship. Alright, my shop is all cleaned up. These two puppies are ready to rip, and hopefully the weather won't let me down so I can use them in the next days and tell you how they ride. If you like what you are seeing on this platform, please don't forget to subscribe and to like the video, share it with your friends, and if I've helped you tremendously with any kind of snowboarding advice, you can express your gratitude monetarily on a platform called Buy Me a Coffee. My link there is buymeacoffee.com/JUSTPADRIDE, and there you can tip me in form of a symbolic coffee, and I'll make sure I'll enjoy that coffee, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.